let's get to the bud list. Let's start in the association. I know NFL draft is tonight, but we start in the association. Chris Paul, all right? Chris Paul, now maybe Devin Booker will be back, right? There's talk that he could be back for game 6, but I don't think he's going to be back, and I don't think he's going to play a ton of minutes even if he does come back. So it's on CP3. Chris, close these boys out. They are pesky. And Jose Alvarado, Wilds' favorite player, has held you to 2 8-second violations. Just close these boys out. Get rid of them. Don't have to deal with them anymore. Move on to the next round. Get booked back. This is CP3's best chance to win a championship, that elusive one. Don't play around with these guys and take them to a game 7 and give them new life in New Orleans, because that could get tricky. All right, at number 4, I am going back, staying in the association, Ja Morant. Ja Morant is coming off a game in which he scored 18 of his 30 points in the fourth quarter. Hit the game-winning layup in acrobatic fashion and had a dunk that every single person on planet Earth, except Kevin Wilds, thinks was fantastic. You can't follow that up, Ja, by losing this series. And yeah, I went series because if Minnesota, they still are alive. They have no idea what they blew in game 5. They have no idea. So they're coming out tonight and they think they're going to win. Ja, you got to close them out, get rid, just like CB3, get rid of them so that dunk doesn't become a footnote. That dunk, if they lose this series, will just be, it was a great dunk. You know, wonderful dunk. Make it mean something, Ja. Take these boys out tonight or tomorrow, whenever they play. All right, now we get to the NFL draft. Deebo Samuel. We know Deebo's asked for a trade. Now he's pushing back on people. Why is everybody talking about it? Well, Deebo, you put it out there. You scrubbed your Instagram and all that. Don't be mad now. But here's what I say. A lot of people think tonight with the draft, this is when Deebo is moved. Some are saying, no way John Lynch does it. Others are saying, he's going to the Jets. And here's what I say to you, Deebo. Be careful what you wish for, man. The Jets. And look, the Jets have had their moments. But man, Deebo, think about this. You're not in a bad situation, I don't think. A lot of people feel like once you leave Kyle Shanahan, we'll see if you're as good. And if you go to the Jets, I just remind you, the last guy that was on, you're not even at this level yet, Deebo, but he was on a Hall of Fame trajectory, skilled player, Le'Veon Bell. Went to the Jets for some money, and we haven't heard a thing from him since. So just be careful, Deebo. You still don't have to get traded if you start talking to the Niners front office. All right, at number 2, we are going to stay in football and go with our man Baker Mayfield. Again, tonight could be the night. He's been waiting a month and a half to get traded. A lot of people, one report even said he's definitely going to Seattle. We'll see if that happens. Others are thinking Carolina could do something. But tonight, Baker Mayfield could be moved. Or over the weekend, he could be moved. Lot to see there. And if he's not, then we know he's going to get released. And then we'll see who picks him up. But a big weekend for Baker Mayfield because he finally can find out where his future is. Now, obviously, he's not going anywhere and being named the starter. He's going to have to fight for it and play for it. But at least he'll be out of Cleveland in no man's land. All right, and number 1 on the bud list, I got 2 of them, but it's obvious. James Harden and Doc Rivers. All right, James Harden, we all know about his playoff struggles in big games. Now we're there. All right, he wasn't that great in games 1 through 5. 38% he shot. Last 2 losses, he shot 32%. But now, game 6, this is where it begins to haunt James Harden. And he's going to be under immense pressure tonight to get rid of these Raptors. And then Doc, we've talked about Doc, Nick, already, but he's blown 3-3-1 leads, more than any other coach in history. No one's blown more than one. No one ever, Nick, has blown a 3-0 lead. If they lose tonight, I think most people probably around the basketball world think they would lose the series. So the pressure, again, Doc, get rid of these boys. Get rid of them tonight so we don't have to talk about this.
All right, this is a very good list. I like a lot of it. I'm going to add another basketball player, and it's a guy who right now is active on Twitter but not active playing games, and that is, of course, the Slim Reaper, or pardon me, the God himself, Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
So here's the deal, Wilds. Here's my question. What if the Celtics get rolled? What if Giannis averages 35 a game? What if this great, the Celtics defense that, again, I think is outstanding, but is being discussed as, could this be the best defensive team of the last 10 years? Of the last 15 years? One of the best. Look at what they were able to do to the most skilled offensive duo ever. What if Milwaukee comes in and just says, yeah, we're going to do what we do? I think right now, by the way, Vegas is drinking all of the Celtics Kool-Aid. And again, I think that is the refractory period of the Nets being overvalued. I think that because right now Vegas says the Celtics have a 62% chance to beat Milwaukee. But what if Giannis comes in and shows what the actual best player alive can do against this defense and averages 30 plus a game on a good efficiency? I think in an odd way, that will make what Durant did even worse. So I think there's a lot of Durant's under duress on something he has no control over, which is he needs, oddly, for Giannis to struggle and the Celtics to win. Or if the Celtics go on to win the title, then getting beat by them, it's like, everybody got beat by them. But if they lose a round after sweeping you, that's a problem. So I think Durant's under duress during this Celtics-Bucks series.
I think that's a fantastic take. I'll talk about another guy who's under duress. And again, just want to lay out the ground rules here. This is not an indictment, it is an inspiration. Because Donovan Mitchell, you need a little bit of inspiration from your old buddy Kevin Wilds. Need you to show up here. I've been pulling for you all year. 2020, had a big coming out party. Put up 2 50-point games in the bubble. 30. I was going crazy. Shooting over 50% from three. Last year, pretty good. 30 points, 43%. This year, not so much. 26 points. It's quiet 26. We're just whispering 26. 19% from three. He's 8 for 41, bro. And no defense.
Been the worst defender on the
I
team.
feel like he's a little bit like, he needs to play better defense. That's fine. He shoots so well. It's kind of like a give and take. But, man, you can't go 8 for 41 from three. I know he's got a little bad hammy now. He says he's okay. The MRI was okay. We got to have a big Donovan Mitchell performance. Because when you come to New York, my friend, we want to have it on sort of good graces. We want to have some momentum as we pick up, as we get you in the Knicks jersey. We want to sort of pick up, start rolling. So right now, under duress, we want to sort of have a big game, and then head to the Big Apple. Big game, Big Apple. So Donovan Mitchell's on my list.
Well, here's the thing, Wilds. And look, Donovan, it's not a good look that he couldn't capitalize on Luka missing the first 3 games. All right, that's not a good look at all. But Wilds, I would think you would want it to go bad for Utah and maybe bad for Donovan. You know, if he plays poorly and they get beat in this next game, then not only would he be disgruntled and be like, man, I won out, but maybe Utah's like, you know what? Maybe we should start all over. We're paying you all this money and we getting bounced in the first round. So I think maybe you don't want him to have a great game tonight. Just think about that. Marinate on that a little bit, Wilds. Okay. Nick, I do like your point, but here's the deal. Giannis is going to average 30 or, close on efficient shooting, over 50%. He is. Now, that doesn't mean the Bucks are going to win, but I think Giannis is going to get his. The question is, will he get enough help? So I like what you're saying, but all Durant needs is them to lose. Because you're right. If Giannis goes out there and is awesome and they handle the Celtics fairly easily, it will make us look at the most skilled, 7-footer in the league and be like, wow, what was up with KD? Is this the beginning of the end? So I like what you said. I think that is a good take. But I think Giannis is going to play well. But what he has to lead them to victory for it to really impact Durant.
Sure.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from First Things First, or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.